SEPTA riders are being forced to prepare for the worst. We're just 9 days away from major changes and drastic cuts as the transit agency tackles their funding crisis. Good Friday afternoon. I'm Siafa Lewis in for Jim Donovan. Democrats and Republicans in Harrisburg still do not see eye to eye on how to fund SEPTA, so many of their constituents will be forced to deal with the effects of their stalemate. With SEPTA's deadline come and gone, plans are now in place to start cutting service. CBS News Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is at SEPTA headquarters this afternoon with the latest on how the transit agency is preparing and informing riders of what's to come in just a few days from now. Good afternoon, Dan.
Hey, good afternoon, Siafa. Yes, SEPTA is moving forward with these cuts in 9 days. That was the message from leaders here. And right now they're urging riders to get ready for these changes. Now, with no funding deal in place by last night's deadline set by SEPTA, SEPTA is now starting the process of implementing 20% service cuts starting August 24th. They say much of that prep work will happen behind the scenes, things like updating schedules and signals on track lines. But starting Monday, SEPTA ambassadors will be out at transit hubs to make sure people understand the changes that are coming. But officials say they need this time to make sure the transition is as smooth as it can be. And for SEPTA, officials say this is really unlike anything they've ever had to do before.
We're in uncharted territory here for, in terms of transit, in terms of SEPTA, and really any major transit agency in the nation. Never really had to do a major across-the-board cut like this. So we're just, our mindset right now really is to just get it done as smoothly as possible, make it as clear as possible for our customers.
Now, negotiations over transit funding have been happening in Harrisburg as recently as yesterday, but as of right now, no deal appears imminent between those two sides. SEPTA officials say if funding were to come in between this sort of preparation period, those cuts would likely still take effect for some period of time while they work to reverse the changes that are going into effect right now. So all eyes will be on Harrisburg and right here on SEPTA as we prepare for these upcoming changes. For now, live in Center City, I'm Dan Snyder. Siafa will send it back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. SEPTA's service cuts are plenty and wide-ranging, as Dan just mentioned, and here are the dates and changes you need to know. Most bus and metro service cuts are scheduled to begin on Sunday, August 24th. The following day, the first day of school for Philadelphia area students, the rest of the bus and metro cuts would go into effect. That includes eliminating 32 bus routes and reducing service, including getting rid of special services such as the Sports Express for events at the sports complex in South Philly. Then on September 1st, a 21.5% fare increase begins. The new base fare for bus and metro trips would jump to $2.90, and the following day, cuts on regional rail service would begin, including fewer trains running on weekdays and weekends. In the event you missed any of those changes, you can always go to our website, cbsphiladelphia.com. We've listed all the scheduled cuts. We'll also have the latest on the fight for more state funding ongoing in Harrisburg.